All right, the LA Chargers get a crazy opportunity. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to the Chargers. So need to get some new uniforms up here. Been planning that anyway. Jim Harbaugh just makes sense, right? That's why we started the channel. Let me know in the comments though if there's anybody you recommend. I like this type of theme, kind of Bobby Boucher, something different up there, but Jim Harbaugh for sure. Let me know in the comments as well your favorite all-time Chargers wide receiver. You guys have had so many good wide receivers. Air Coryell, back to that, all the way to like the Keenan Allens. You could even put Antonio Gates in there. Let me know in the comments who your favorite was. Okay, here is a crazy opportunity. Jawan Bentley is going to be released from the Patriots. Team captain, just a stud for them. Last year had a pec injury, so he was out most of the season. So he's older, injury, which I think is a good thing if you're a Chargers fan because the Chargers are just not going to overspend. They're just not going to do it. So this is a situation where it's like, dude, you look at the linebacker room, and yes, you can't wait to see what Junior Colson can do. Henley, Perriman, like fine. Troy Dye, like there's nothing wrong if of all places of the Chargers need stuff. It's not really linebacker, but it does feel like a veteran linebacker would be awesome to just plug and play. And then you could work Colson in. It would just be a great depth piece because he could start, and then these guys would be more depth. And you know what I mean? Like it just because he's a captain and a great player, veteran guy, that this just doesn't happen where free agency kind of has gone through. And now you've got a chance to get Jawan Bentley afterwards, after the fact of like the first round of free agency. And you still have, you're one of the most, you are one of the teams that has the most cap space. So, all right, are we going to use that now? Are we going to take advantage of it or are we not? And we've made a pretty big deal on this channel about how the Chargers are going at free agency the right way. However, when you get these opportunities, it's like, man, we throw him a little extra 1-year deal. Like, let's go. Why not? He is really quick. I think he's going to be 28. Maybe he started 28, whatever. 28, 12 tackles in 2 games last season. And then he had that pec injury. He's been out. So teams, it could be an opportunity. Keep an eye on that. Okay, another thing that's really interesting if you're a Chargers fan is that there's some really good day 2 players and for the draft at each position. They kind of go through it. And I just think it's interesting. RJ Harvey, UCF, right? These are the types of guys that we just don't even know about that are going to be available for you. And you have a need here, right? You've got 1 running back. You need 2. Elusiveness is one of the hallmarks of his game. 5'8", 200 pounds. Like, just keep an eye on that guy. RJ Harvey, love that. Mason Taylor, we've talked about him from LSU. Really good, steady tight end. You don't need to get a tight end in the first round. Mason Taylor will be there day 2. Interior offensive line, Donovan Jackson. Again, just a prime spot for the Chargers to pick him. And then there was another one. Yeah, Josiah Stewart makes sense. Any Michigan guy is going to get looked at. We understand that. Or it's just going to be like pegged like, oh, Chargers. It's like, yeah, but this one actually makes sense. I really like that. Stewart lacks prototypical size. He's 6'1", 249. Yep. But he uses natural leverage well to convert. He's powerful. He's got a variety of moves. He's got a great win rate. He is really good and really odd because he just doesn't look like he's fully like these defensive ends. And this is where it's so hard with defensive end. Number 1, it's a really important position. So you're looking at it. Number 2, you can look so sweet. Like just you're out of Florida State, you're 6'4", 279, and you're just like, dude, look at this guy. You're number 11 or something, They're always just look so sweet. And then do they always pan out? No. Like half of them literally don't do anything ever. Then you've got Josiah Stewart, 6'1", 249. Like, I don't know, man. I'd rather go with the beast looking guy. And it's like, he's productive, though. He was productive, good, solid. So defensive end is so hard to know, but I love Josiah Stewart. I think he'd be a great fit. And one more as we get, oh no, it's over in here. Basically, if you're a Chargers fan, you've got a ton of draft picks. You've been smart in free agency. If you hit on this draft, you will be a sustained winner for a long time, because you think about the Lions, they're doing exactly what you did. Now, you went to the playoffs your first year of your kind of rebuild. The Lions won 3 games, took it down to the studs, got everything set with their cap space, and then drafted really well the first year. You did that. Ladd McConkey, your tackle. And then the second year, they just incredible. And then they just kept stacking on these draft picks that were great, like Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, some of these guys. I mean, there's 10 of them. Literally, there's 10 of them that they've drafted. It's just like literally, is that going to be a Hall of Famer? You know, like that's the type of stuff. And that's what the Chargers need to do on this draft. And if they do that, then sustained winner for the next 5 years. If they don't, it's going to be tough. So that's why we're kind of just diving into the draft. This is an interesting part here, is that PFF also put out kind of early and late round options for every team's biggest need. So you're looking for weapons, looking for explosive players. The draft's where you find them. Option 1 or day 1 option, Colson Loveland. We all get that. That's been just completely put out there a million times. But Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. Horton is another intriguing option. His 3.45 yards per route run ranks 4th in the draft class, and he brings added value as a returner, having tallied 3 punt return touchdowns. Jeez, I can't talk in this video. Torrey Horton, day 3 option. So there's just, man, this is why it's so important to have a good GM. You have to draft well, be patient in free agency, and draft well. Because you could be patient in free agency, not draft well, it doesn't matter. You could spend a lot in free agency and be weird and do things that you probably shouldn't, but you draft well. It's like, you know what? What's up? Whatever. The draft is where it all starts and ends. So let me know in the comments again your favorite wide receiver, all-time Chargers wide receiver. And again, any suggestions for these? I've asked before. I keep forgetting to do it. Just got to do it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're a Chargers fan, got to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see all of you on the next one.